Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2018 edition. Great to be with you, and hope you're doing well. Made it to the end of the week, and just like to keep us where we are in time. In case I lose track of it, I'm always asking what day of the week or what day. You would think I would know, but nevertheless, I hope all is well, and if not, you're doing the best you can to deal with issues. Health issues can be challenging, which is an understatement. Think about just when somebody gets the flu and how it can be so disconcerting and disorganizing to your life. That's just the flu or a cold. And we are in the middle of cold and flu season. I reported yesterday that it's pretty severe, and children are being especially hit hard. It's the CDC reports. So just want to bring it to your attention. I'll keep you updated on what's going on with that. We're right in the middle of it, boy. It's bad news. It can lay you up. And it's nationwide now. There's not just, a pocket of it here, a pocket of it there. It's throughout about 46 out of the 50 states are hit, and some especially hard. I pointed that out yesterday. So, knock on wood, so far so good. And
I have a question about blood clots when you get a chance.
Sure, we'll get that. And how Gary gets these questions, and he'll share with you how that happens. We invite you to do that. Sometimes people are shy. They don't want to call, even though they're not on TV. You can be, by the way, if you call the show and you want to be on the screen, we can stream you live, and we can put you on. So far, we've appeared on 6 continents, so we can. If you're not shy in that regard, we can stream you live. We stream outward and we stream inward, and this show does appear up onto 4 platforms every day, in addition to our terrestrial radio and all our wonderful affiliates across the United States from coast to coast. We're very proud of that, and we can only thank you for your support to make that happen. And I'm going to report in the first hour, it's just you and me solo. Second hour, Gina Moss will be along. She's a dietitian, registered dietitian. We like to have dietitians on the show, after all, see what's on their mind. I'm going to report and do a commentary as well. I think that certainly weight loss is a no pun intended, a big deal. No question about it. I'm all about it. I report on it all the time. Do some again today. But I think things get a little ridiculous, and even with the science of it, it's almost absurd. And I'll distinguish. There's a difference between reporting and doing commentary. There are some people that are just 100% journalists. That's what they do all the time. Then there are commentators, or I don't know, they masquerade under different names. Those are different functions. On this show, I'm here by myself, so I have to do both jobs. And I always distinguish when I'm reporting from when I'm doing a commentary. And I will give a commentary on the state of the science and weight loss. So we'll go there today. And I have some very strong feelings about it. And in some ways, science serves us well, but I'm not so sure that some of the science that's being done with respect to weight loss is all that helpful. We'll see what you think. Here's how to contact the show. You can always call and express your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Even if it's off topic, I do not care. If you can listen and watch, I can take the time to talk to you.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255 or anywhere in the world at 813-636-8255. Follow us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, on Twitter at LTN Radio, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Let's Talk Nutrition. And
when you subscribe, you will get a a message that the show is on the air. A little reminder, right, Gary?
Yes. And it's also closed captioned. So
good. We're getting there. We're getting there, and we'll have some surprises for you about the show for 2018. We're working on some projects here that will you'll see. We have a pretty big reach now. It's a pretty big flat platform that we're on. It's going to even get bigger, and I'm excited about it. And we keep growing the terrestrial portion of this show, the radio, good old radio, what I grew up on, and we have a full-time syndicator, and we're working on that every day too. But we're also digital. We're analog and digital. We're both, and it's good. It's all good. I want to remind the people in the Tampa Bay market that I will be appearing at a health fair. Why don't you rather than me tell them about it, why don't you tell them about it?
On February 17th, from the hours of 12 to 4, we're going to be at the Vitamin Discount Centers in Temple Terrace, which is Sophia's store. It's right there by...
It's in the... it's a few doors down from Starbucks, and it's in the Terrace Plaza.
On Fowler Avenue. On
Fowler Avenue in Temple Terrace. That store's been there forever. I've shopped in that store hundreds and hundreds of times. And we'll be there from 12 to 4. There will be food. I spoke with Sophia, who's the manager of that store. There are going to be supplement companies there. They're going to have food. It's going to be amazing.
Prizes and giveaways for everybody.
Absolutely. And if you show up, there are special discounts if you show up.
So it's 5006 East Fowler Avenue.
Exactly.
12 to 4 on February 17th.
That's a Saturday. That's a Saturday. We picked, Sophia picked that day, and it's going to be amazing. I have appeared in her store when we, Vitamin Discount Center, have had health fairs, and it's been SRO. It's
school resource officer or standing room only?
No, not school resource. All that. Oh, we're even going to have some firefighters that they came the last time to see me, and they're going to come this time too. I think it's either the Temple Terrace Fire Department or some, but she's arranged it. The firefighters. We're big fans of police officers, firefighters, all the public people that do this public service for us. We should be very grateful to them, and so I'm excited about it. It'll be my real first health fair since I was ill. So I can't tell you, it means a lot to me to be able to meet people and thank them personally. And I just love that vibe. It's all good. And if you show up, bring your health questions. And if you show up, you will get special discounts. So that's February 17th. We'll tell you more about it. So, as you know, I'm doing this show and producing it and hosting it. I'm responsible for its content. And I'm always on the lookout for stories and studies that are relevant, meaningful, and sensible, and sometimes not so sensible. We'll see. This time of year, weight loss is all over the place. Everybody's talking about it, people on these diets, and the internet is just overwhelmed with all kinds of information about losing weight. And, well, sunlight and sleep, 2 separate studies. I'm going to report on them, and then I'm going to comment. I'm all about the science. My background in that's my background in training, and I'm all for that. But I'm beginning to wonder, have we gone? I don't know. Maybe we have gone too far. Maybe we haven't. See what you think.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figure's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
Sleep, sunlight, and sitting. 3 S's. Going to report on 3 stories that deal with weight gain. And they're stories about studies. I will report and then I will comment. Let's take sleep first. This sleep study. And the headline on the study was, "The Sleep Diet, Could This Work?" The sleep diet. Okay. And what's interesting each one of these stories lead off with some theme about this time of year and gaining weight. You know, January, like this sleep study, they start off with, it's January. Many of us have noticed that our pants are slightly tighter than they were last year, et cetera, et cetera. And they want to know, they ask the question, how might we shift that extra weight without suffering the gym? I'm just going to report. I'm so tempted to comment. Okay. Try an extra hour in bed, this new study suggests, close quote. So you can sleep the fat off. Well, let's see. This study was done at King's College London in the United Kingdom. They do nice research there. And it was a pilot study looking at the relationship between sleep and diet. And they reported in this article from Medical News Today that this could be good news for people who feel tired and who are chubby. Really? I've done my share of reporting on sleeping. Let me just, as a sidebar, say this to you. Not enough sleep contributes to weight gain, and too much sleep is unhealthy as well. Just keep that in your mind for a second. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they point this out, that you need at least about 7 to 8 hours sleep a day. I agree with that. Now, but they also report that people don't get enough sleep. And, okay, now, I can also tell you that not getting enough sleep is a cardiometabolic risk factor, in that you can gain weight, as I just pointed out, and you get impaired glucose tolerance. It just, I won't get into the weeds on why that is, but just trust me, it does create that effect. A Dr. Wendell Hall from the Department of Nutritional Sciences at King's College London recently completed a pilot study, and they tested whether or not a simple intervention could increase sleep duration in a group of adults. Okay. And so they were working on that. And they had 21 healthy short sleepers, as they called them, who undertook a 45-minute sleep consultation. They instructed them. They set it up for them. In the following week, for 7 days, everybody in the little study kept a diary. They wore a motion sensor that could detect exactly how long they slept and how long they spent in bed before falling asleep. They were, okay, so far so good. They also monitored their nutritional intake. In other words, what they were eating throughout this study period of 1 week. Overall, they reported 86% of the sleep extension group increased their spent time in bed, and around half increased their sleep duration, between 52 to 90 minutes. 3 members of the group hit the weekly recommended average 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. But then they said that the researchers believe that the extra sleep that the participants got might not have been of particularly great quality. They conclude that it might take a little more time to get into a sleep routine. Okay, fine. So they got all this going on in this study. Notice I said they took notes on what these people were eating. Here's a quote from the study. The fact that extending sleep led to a reduction in the intake of free sugars, by which we mean the sugars that are added to foods by manufacturers or in cooking at home, as well as sugars in honey, syrups, and fruit juice, suggests that a simple change in lifestyle may really help people to consume healthier diets, close quote. What they found was, as you would infer from that quote, that the people who slept longer tended to eat 10 fewer grams of free sugars. 10 grams. If you look at the amount of sugar in a cookie, We're talking about 10 grams here. They're doing a lot of arm waving and foaming at the mouth, and they think this is a very big deal. And it leads people to believe that if you sleep longer, you're going to lose weight. Let me tell you something. Rip Van Winkle, you can sleep as long as Rip Van Winkle. And if you don't know who that is, Google Rip Van Winkle. And he slept a lot. It's delusional. It is delusional. Its study is misleading. The sample is too small. I don't know. It doesn't look like they had a lot of control. It wasn't an experiment. Wasn't even quasi-experimental design, from my opinion. And they're making a big deal about 18 of the 21 people with extended time in bed. There were 18 of 21 of them, and some of them ate 10 fewer grams of sugar because they slept longer in bed. Well, maybe they didn't have enough time to eat those 10 grams. I don't know. They were sleeping. This doesn't excite me. And doing a study like this, I wouldn't have done it.
Battling.
The perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement, or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit TakeSolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Well, according to this study out of King's College London, if you sleep, you'll lose weight. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. You know what? Not so much. The people who did have extended sleep in this it was a pilot study, admittedly a small sample. They ate 10 grams less of free sugar in the week that they slept longer. Gary, how many grams of sugar are in 3 Oreo cookies?
14 grams of sugar.
Okay, so it amounted to them eating 3 less Oreo cookies a week, roughly. Really? That's not going to get you to losing weight. Now, in fairness to the researchers, they do point out it's a pilot study. But this is ridiculous. And it misleads people. Sleeping longer is not going to help you lose weight. Getting proper sleep will help keep you healthy. Not getting enough sleep will cause you to gain weight, as a matter of fact. But sleeping longer is not necessarily going to help you lose weight. I'm just saying. Now, they can call it's science of a sort. It is a study. But it's not, in my view, not all that meritorious. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Bill, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Doc.
Go ahead.
I called about the weight loss. I was going to say something about the weight loss, but I just have to say this because I know you loved your mom, and I lost mine yesterday.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh man, that is so difficult. I can't. My heart goes out to you. I can only tell you. You can't. You get it. One is lost for words, and I just want to say to you, Bill, that I understand and I empathize, but your experience is yours. And the day my mom passed, I got the phone call. It was 5:02 a.m. And the nurse called me and told me my mom had just passed. And when you get that news and when it happens, and I came to work that day and I shared it with the audience. And I appreciate you calling to share this. I know you're upset.
Everybody get out there and spend some time with their mother because there is no tomorrow. You've got to do it today.
And I said that to my daughter when my mom was in the final, when I knew a year out that she wasn't going to make it. And I said to my daughter, I said, Kim, there are no do-overs. And we're going to do the right thing. I could have put my mom in a nursing home that was 5 minutes from my house. I could have walked to it. Instead, I put her in a nursing home that was almost 50 miles away because I wanted the best for my mom. And because there are no do-overs. That's the point you're making. You're absolutely right, Bill.
Millennial kids, Doc, are missing. And by the time they wake up, all these old loved ones are going to be gone. All these kids, they've got to get their faces out of these electronics and just get with some people, get with some human beings. I just plead with them before they're gone.
I know.
They will wake up one day, but then it's going to be too late.
Do you have do you have brothers and sisters? Is it an extended family?
No.
No, is it just you?
Just me and Mom.
Yeah. How old was your mom?
89.
89. Well, my mom was 92. So, but I often said, my mom, I remember one day sitting with my mom, Bill, and we were sitting outside. It was a lovely day. And she looked at me, she said, I want to try to make 2 more years. And I knew she wasn't going to make it. And I've often said she lived to be 92 like your mom, 89. That's a long time. But you know what, Bill? It's still not long enough, right?
That's worse because they're always there. I talk to her every day of my life. I don't think there was one day that I didn't talk to Mother. And for the last 5 years, I've seen her every single day.
Well, you're a good son. And I'm just going to tell you, you don't have to worry about, do-overs. You did the right thing, man. And your mom, uh, you know, I am sure she was very aware of that attention and that love and your caring as a good son. You're a good son, man, and I respect that. And I feel very proud and honored that you would call to share that with me and the audience. I know this is so hard. I don't know if you were here, I could hug you, but you know,
There's just something missing.
absolutely. And you know what? Some people told me, they said, oh, it'll get better as time goes on. I'm going to tell you something. Every single day since my mom passed, she's on my phone. I have her picture on my phone. When I open up the phone, I see her all the time. I think of my mother all the time, sometimes all day. She's on my mind since she passed. It was 3 years ago. And I said to her just the other night, I was sit down, I was making my dinner, and I said, Mom, I haven't forgotten you. I told you I would never forget you. I talk to my mother. I do. And for me, time hasn't moderated the loss. I miss her more now than I ever did. And you will not regret calling your mother every day, talking to her, and all that you did over these many years. Yeah, like you, I was with my mom every day, man. When is the service?
I'm going to Minnesota. She was taken back to Minnesota.
I see.
So
you have, is her family there?
Yes.
Yes. I'm so sorry, man. I am so sorry that you have to experience this. That's what I say.
Doc, what I'm saying, people got to get out and do it today.
Do it today.
Grandmother, they've been wanting to visit, and they want to go to the gym instead. No, go over there, sit there at that nursing home, sit there at that assisted living, because I would pay $1 billion to hold her in.
I know you would, man.
5 minutes.
I know you would. I understand. I know you would. But you know what? You'll go to Minnesota. You'll see your mom, and you'll put her to rest. And you'll reflect upon it, and you'll find your way. You will.
Thanks a lot, Doc. Thank you.
You will. I'm so sorry.
Thank you for being here.
It's an honor to be here for you, pal.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. We'll come back.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figures Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Oh, okay. Again, I want to extend our deepest condolences for everybody here from Let's Talk Nutrition to Bill. We all will experience the loss of a loved one. And he called and said that his mom passed away yesterday. And first of all, for him to call and share that, I feel very privileged that he would do that. And what I said to him about there are no do-overs, like he said, I talk to my mom every day, he said, and especially since she's been in a nursing home and he's down here apparently, and but he called her every day, talked to her, and he did the right thing, right? And there are no do-overs, and he's right. Don't wait. Do not wait. As much as I think I did for my mother, I often think that I could have done more, right? And Gary's mom, just a few days ago, it was the
anniversary of her passing.
Yeah, and he was upset that day. And I have, people said to me, "Oh, it'll get better as time goes on." It hasn't for me, really.
No,
when my daughter was here during Christmas, we went to the gravesite where my mom is, and I know what he's going through, but I can empathize, and so can you. I'm sure many of you have lost a parent or a close loved one. It's a difficult moment. That's what I say. We're all in this together, in spite of our differences, whether they be religious, political, whatever. Well, at the end of the day, none of that stuff really matters. That phone call, reminds us all that we're in it together and that we have to care about one another and love one another and have compassion and empathy for one another. Even sometimes when it's difficult with somebody who, they're very hard to like maybe. But I breaks my heart. I mean, to hear him upset like that, it just it makes you think, doesn't it, Gary?
It does. It puts things in perspective. I look at people that are caring for their parent. I mean, I was last night I went to dinner and my buddy Dale and Dr. Shauna and her Nana came to older, and how she sat down at the head of the table and dinner and everything. And it puts things in perspective.
It's like celebrating her, right?
Yes.
In our country, there's a lot of room for improvement, I think, in the way that we treat the elderly. This is a convenience society and a throwaway society, and there's a lot of emphasis placed on the youth. And I get that, and I am all about that. I love being around young people. I want young people around me, working with me, helping me to do better and pushing me. But at the same time, we tend to diminish the value of people as they get older. That is not the case in other cultures. And I don't know how we got to this place. When I used to go visit my mom the last year of her life in a nursing home, there were people there. Nobody ever came to see them. They were just lying there in a bed. And it was dreadful to see. Nobody ever came. And I would ask the nurse, does that individual, so-and-so, does she have relatives? Oh, yes, Dr. Garko. They come once in a while. I said, do they live out of state? No, they're here, local. They're forgotten. Please don't do that. There are no do-overs. As I remind myself every day, there are no do-overs. Do the right thing.
I had a friend named Harvey Heck. Have you ever seen the movie The Punisher?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember where he walks into Nico's diner?
Yep.
Okay, and he opens up the guitar case and it says Harvey Heck. I know that guy.
Is that right?
He's a real guy. He's up in Hernando. He owned a chrome shop.
Hernando is north of Tampa here in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, it's north of here. And Harvey told me one day we were sitting there on the porch, and he goes, "This is the final curtain. There is no dress rehearsal. Life, that's it.
This is it. This is it. Precisely. And that's why we do the show. It's a health talk show, but it's a show about life. That call from Bill underscores that. We can talk all day long about the science of this and the science of that. I'm not even going to talk about those studies I wanted to talk about. I wouldn't disrespect Bill's loss by doing that. It is a show about life. I've learned that over these past almost 13 years, soon be 13 years. And you get to know people. And now we have the ability to be on TV and all that, and people can see you, so it makes a better connection. But it's still mediated communication. And you create a relationship with people. And he called to share that with me and with you. And he's reaching out. And that, that's what it's all about to me. And I'm sure from probably each and every one of you, to care about others, right? You have empathy and compassion. Empathy and compassion. Trying to put yourself in the shoes of the other. And then having compassion, even when sometimes the person may not even deserve it because they were, a son of a gun. But still then, that's probably when you should have it the most for those people too. And our hearts go out to Bill, and we'll pray for him. And he'll go to his mom's funeral, and he will do the right thing there too. I am certain. And yeah, and maybe when it all settles down, he'll call back, and we can talk about it then too. And here's a number if you'd like to call the show.
877-897-8255. It's 877-897-8255, or anywhere in the world at 813-636-8255.
Come back. We will get our registered dietitian on, and she's very good, and we'll discuss what's on her mind. And yeah, okay, pull myself together here. And if you can't come back for the second hour, just to know that everything is on demand at letstalknutrition.com, video and audio, and also on Facebook as well. We'll be back. Let's Talk Nutrition, coast to coast. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2018. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in. It is January the 12th. We're moving along. And don't forget your New Year's resolutions. Keep those. We'll keep reminding ourselves about all that. I'll go along as we move into the year here, and yeah, I like the resolutions, as you know, and it is Friday too, in case you're wondering. Lost track of time. Hope you're having a good day. You had a good week. We are coast to coast, so the show does air at different times in different markets. You need to check your local listings. And we're on, you can listen to this show on your radio and pick it up many other ways that we have it broadcasted. And we're across the U.S. coast to coast, including Hawaii. And that market, we continue to grow. We're so happy about that. And we're also growing digitally. We're on social media. We stream. We can stream out and we can stream in. People that call into the show, guests and listeners or viewers, we can stream them. You just need to tell Stephen when you call that you'd like to be put up onto the screen. And then Gary will get you the necessary information. That takes about 1 minute or two at the most. And that can happen. That's kind of cool, I think. Now you can see the person in addition to hearing their voice, and you can make a better judgment about the guest and what they're saying, and because listeners and viewers are evaluating what guests and what I say too all the time, and what guests are saying. Because after all, they might make some decision or choice about doing something or not doing something based upon what's being said on air. And I'm very mindful of that. And this is an evidence-based, science-based show.
Don't forget, I have the question from Lori about blood clots.
Okay, what is the question?
She's getting ready to have surgery. She's in her early 40s. Should she worry about blood clots?
Yes. She needs to talk with her surgeon. And typically before surgery, they give you a sheet, a breakdown of what supplements not to take, what medications not to take before surgery. For example, this is counter to blood clots, but fish oil thins the blood. The last thing you need to do going into surgery is make it more difficult for the surgeon to control the bleeding. And so they tell you there's certain things to stop taking prior to surgery. I don't know what kind of. She didn't mention what type of surgery.
No, she did not.
Talk with the surgeon. The blood clots. I wonder why she raises that issue. I wonder what. Are you able to communicate with her?
No, I can send her a message later.
Ask her what prompts the question so I can give a more fulsome answer.
I think because Serena Williams had blood clots and Serena Williams was kind of healthy, so she was asking. It's a trending topic in Yahoo.
So she had Serena Williams, the tennis player, had blood clots, and was it relative to surgery?
Yes, after having a C-section.
That can happen. I mean, yes. The answer is yeah. I mean, there's always that concern. If that's the concern, then I'll give a more fulsome answer. But I just want to get that confirmed, and then I'll give a good and robust answer to that. So people do listen to them. Share with the listener and viewer how she got in touch with us.
She actually texted me through Facebook, and you can do that. You can message me through Facebook. You can message us live through our actual Yahoo channel. If you go to YouTube, you can message us live through that. We have a live chat on there also. So we have more ways than not to get a hold of us, and our LTN app. I don't know if you know this, but email it right to you, folks. It goes right to Dr. Garko. You email through the app.
And we're working on the app. The IT guys, Fernando and Joe, are working on getting that app so that you can view the show, stream the show on the
We're working so you can stream the show live on the app.
From the app.
trying to do now.
We're going to get that feature added. Just to go back to the surgery and risk factors, developing blood clots after surgery is a concern. One type of clot that's is a condition called deep vein thrombosis, DVT.
Right.
That refers to the formation of blood clots in the veins in your body, such as your legs, arms, and pelvis, and that can be a concern, and it can be deadly. And so they, depending on the surgery and what's going on in your health, your doctor can help with that and should consult with the surgeon or the physicians who are taking care of this issue for you. It is a concern. I don't know if she has a history of blood clots. That would be a concern. So the blood clots, these deep vein thrombosis can make these blood clots can make their way to the heart, to the lungs, to the brain, and then when you prevent adequate blood flow to those organs, I mean, you have serious issues here. So it's of concern. And then there's also the issue of bleeding too much during surgery, and to stop taking the supplements that would cause, like omega-3 fatty acids, that will thin the blood. Surgeons, you're making it more difficult for the surgeon to do that. One of the things that the doctors do tell the patient, if you can move, and that's why they like them to get up and move around after surgery. You see people shuffling down the hall in the hospital. So you keep the heart pumping and keep the blood circulating. It's not all that complicated. So they like the patient to keep active. Inactivity, lying in bed, sitting down after surgery, probably not a good idea. If you can get up and walk, if the surgeon says you can do that, that's what you should do. Yeah. So I'm just saying. If you're 50 and eat too many, that's a sidebar. I won't get into that. Your medical history is important here with blood clots. If you're prescribed warfarin, or Coumadin, or heparin, these are blood thinners. Sometimes they're anticoagulants. Sometimes they'll be prescribed if the patient has a predisposition to form blood clots. But all that should be taken care of on the front end prior to surgery. So there's clot-dissolving medications, but they can be used in high-risk pulmonary embolism cases. That's the last thing you get a clot going to your lungs, for example. So I don't know what else to say about that. Talk with your doctor, but it is of concern. Gina Moss is my guest. She's a registered dietitian. She's an educator for Renew Life. Gina's been on the show and before, and we always enjoy having her on. Well, I don't know what's on her mind. Yes, I do. Gina, welcome back to the show. It's Happy New Year 2018. Glad you could make it.
Good morning, Dr. Garko, and Happy New Year to you and all your listeners as well.
Listeners and viewers.
Yes, and viewers. Yes, right. I'm on the phone right now, so I should start streaming that, shouldn't I?
Well, if you want us to stream you live, you can tell Stephen, and then Gary can send you an email and give you the code, and we can stream you live. If you have a computer with a camera, we can stream you live.
I do on my laptop. I probably have to have about 50 hours worth of training to learn how to stream, but
no, you don't. No, you tell her, Gary.
Just point that camera at you. I'll take care of the rest.
If you have a camera,
next month, perhaps.
Well, whenever you want. We had one guest that wanted to come on, but she was in her pajamas, so she said, no, not today, next time. We said, okay. We'll come back. We'll talk with Gina. We'll see what's on her mind. Renew Life. Renew Your Life 2018. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition 2018. Bill, I don't know if you're still listening, but Tracy Kreider from Country Life Vitamins extended her condolences to you and reached out on our Facebook page and wanted to let you know that she was listening and extends her condolences to you and your family. So, and you're going to make it, man. You will get through this, and we'll keep you in our thoughts. Gina Moss is my guest, and we always like to have Gina on. She's very authentic, no pretense here, registered dietitian. So did you want to talk about the man in the moon, the stars, what?
Yeah, well, I thought it was kind of interesting when you first talked about New Year's resolutions. I thought that it would be good, if it's okay with you, to just mention about what a great time of year this is to start focusing on digestive health. And of course, we've all been having a lot of fun over the last couple of months. And now is a good time to start thinking about changing up some of the macronutrients and foods that we have been eating, and, you know, trying to clean it up. And maybe, especially with flu season and cold season, although we are here in Florida, we have less of it, but maybe not. Looking at probiotics and enzymes and cleansing and fish oils and things of that sort that Renew Life makes too, but just really trying to get the core, which is your digestive system, back in balance.
Okay. As it turns out, I reported yesterday a CDC report about the flu, and it's in 46 of the 50 states. It's spread out throughout the country. Some are hit harder than others. I think Florida has been moderately affected compared to some of the other states, if my memory serves me. But
interesting. Yeah,
we're not immune from it either. But nevertheless, you allude to, this is interesting. This time of year, we just came out of holiday season. Cold and flu season is still in play, and people, of course, stress is always operating, and immune systems do get compromised, and people become a bit immunosuppressed and susceptible to illness.
Yeah.
You alluded to probiotics. They do play a central role in not only for digestive health, but for immune function as well, right?
Absolutely. There are even studies to support the stress factor that you mentioned, and how probiotics can help to maintain, balance in the digestive tract when you are under a lot of stress, whether it be from illness or from life. And the way that happens is when you take probiotics on a daily basis, and I think that's a real key concept. A lot of people take probiotics occasionally when they think they're coming down with something, and taking probiotics every day as though it were like a multivitamin kind of concept is very beneficial. And there is research that suggests that maintaining a higher amount of good bacteria or beneficial bacteria in the digestive tract can help to, if you will, keep at bay or ward off bad bacteria overgrowth. And that is basically the most simple way that probiotics work. And when you use multi-strain, high-potency probiotics such as, of course, Renew Life, which we've been manufacturing for 20 years, that is a key factor. So your gut is very, very diverse with many different strains in there, good and bad, and also billions and trillions, actually, of bacteria. So taking a higher potency multi-strain probiotic of course, like Renew Life, is very beneficial, and more research is showing how that happens,
Sure.
or how that is so.
And there are any number of studies. For example, they did a study in New Zealand, as it's reported, and they were with rugby players. These are healthy young men. And the study involved them taking probiotics, and what they learned was that even for the rugby players who are healthy, that the probiotics assisted them or provided support in fending off and fighting colds. The study involved 30 rugby union players, they said. They either received a probiotic supplement with 3 billion CFUs or a placebo for 4 weeks. During that period, 80% of the placebo group experienced a single episode of the common cold or stomach upset, they said, and 53% of those in the probiotic group encountered such illness. So there was less illness in the probiotic rugby group. That's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
And that's with a healthy crew. I mean, rugby players are rugged, no pun intended. They are rugged.
Yeah.
That is a tough game.
The name.
Yeah, so it even helped people who were healthy. And there are any number of studies to show how probiotics can help decrease pneumonia virus. Some experiments with mice and so on. Go to PubMed or go to Cochrane. You'll find study after study to show how probiotics, the relationship between probiotics and the immune enhancement or immune system it's solid, no question. When we come back, Gina will tell you about Renew Life. They offer any number of dietary supplements in the probiotic category. Let's talk nutrition, probiotics and all, coast to coast.
Women who are pregnant or planning to have a child have specific nutritional needs. Maintaining optimal nutritional intake is important for mother and baby. Body Vigor's Preferred Prenatal can help mother and baby receive the appropriate building blocks for growth, development, and healthy function. The Preferred Prenatal formula provides essential vitamins and minerals, along with added support ingredients such as folic acid and DHA. Preferred Prenatal also incorporates a bonus herbal blend to help the mom-to-be with the uncomfortable side effects of pregnancy, like nausea, vomiting, mood swings, and uterine health. Support a healthy pregnancy for you and your baby with Preferred Prenatal, exclusively on Amazon.com.
The immune response that will happen for you is initiated by what's called your innate immunity. When you are exposed to a foreign substance or tissue injury. Foreign substance could be bacteria, virus, proteins that escape through your intestinal lining into your bloodstream. It will prompt an innate immune response. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. The question is your immune system up for the task, or is it compromised and you're immunosuppressed? My guest is Gina Moss, educator for Renew Life. There's a review of the literature on probiotics and immune health. I recommend it by Jan and Polk. It was done in 2011, but it's strike that. 2014, it's a very good review. And they point out in this review how an unbalanced immune response leads to severe inflammation and uncontrolled tissue damage and disease. An unbalanced. The immune system can underperform and overperform. If it overperforms, it can do damage. If it underperforms, damage can happen. So you have to find that homeostatic sweet spot.
If it overperforms,
it can create damage because the switch is left on, and these cells, the immune cells, will begin to attack the joints or the tissue and do more damage than you would expect. So the immune system can be your friend or your foe. That's why this is where probiotics enter stage left then, Gary, to help keep things in balance. Gina, welcome back.
Thank you.
So that's what you were alluding to, wasn't it?
Yes, I was. And we all know, well, no, I should not say that. 70%, it's a very well-established fact, 70% of your immune system is in your gut or digestive tract. And the immune system is part of that. And then there's also, as you were talking about how the immune system works, there's also acquired immune, which we acquire as we live on the earth and our bodies. You know, that's why it's okay to let your kids play in the sandbox and eat a mud pie, and your body acquires immunity from these foreign bodies and foreign substances that we breathe every day, that we eat when we eat a piece of unwashed fruit or anything of that sort, for example. But the gastrointestinal system is highly impacted by probiotics, which is good bacteria, as it continues basically to crowd out bad bacteria. And that's why we stress a daily probiotic, because we're bombarded every day with these factors that can affect our immune system.
If you get diarrhea, should you double up in your probiotics?
Good question. Some people will say, no, it's going to make it worse, but that's not necessarily true.
That is correct. Of course, it depends on what's causing the diarrhea. But let's say that you've got a stomach virus or something of that nature. There's different types of strains that can be very beneficial to balance gut motility, which is the rate at which your waste moves through the large intestine. We make a strain called Saccharomyces boulardii, which has been shown in the research. There's 25 years of research on this one strain. It's actually a probiotic yeast, a friendly one, and it can help to abate diarrhea. Also, if you happen to be on an antibiotic, it can help ward off, if you will. I like that word. Ward off possible diarrhea. But if you have diarrhea, fiber is very good. We make some fantastic fibers too, if I might add.
That seems counterintuitive because somebody's going to,
doesn't it?
Yeah, people.
It's not though.
Yeah, people might.
I'm sorry.
No,
I
you go ahead,
interrupted you.
please. Go ahead.
Well, and the reason that does seem that way is because we have been taught by commercials that fiber is really only necessary for increasing your bowel movement, meaning if you're constipated. But fiber is very important in the right combination of soluble to insoluble. Soluble fiber absorbs water and toxins in the digestive tract, and that's basically what's happening when you're having loose stools. Whereas, and then the insoluble fiber, the two insoluble and soluble fiber, such as in our Fiber Smart or in our triple fiber by Renew Life, is going to work together to create bulk in the stool, which is what you want to happen when you are experiencing the opposite, which would be loose stools, for example. You want that water absorbed by that fiber. And then, of course, probiotics help to, again, reestablish or reinoculate the gut with good bacteria.
If somebody, okay, so you at Renew Life, you offer any number of probiotic products. So if you have a consumer walks into a health store, never taken a probiotic before, and they get into the store and they see all these choices, how do they know which one to pick?
Well, that's why education that is provided by you and Vitamin Discount Center is so essential.
And all health stores. But on your website at renewlife.com, do you have any material there to educate the consumer about probiotics and which product to take and so on?
We do. However, keep in mind that it's print, so we have to be careful how we say things, and we have to be careful that if we make a claim about a strain or a product, that it is well substantiated by the literature in the scientific community. And that's one of the great things, as you've known about our products for years. That's one of the great I can't think of another word, things or benefits about Renew Life is we don't just throw any strain in our products. These are strains that are hand-picked, and they are well substantiated as to what their effect is by scientific research.
Okay. We come back, we'll continue the conversation. We'll have the LTN health question of the day. And visit renewlife.com and learn more about their probiotic-related products as well as their fiber products and cleansing products and so on. They are a digestive care company, a leading digestive care company here in the U.S. and North America. LTN, coast to coast and globally.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now has spent the last 50 years becoming a trusted leader in the natural products industry. Now offers more than 1,400 high-quality supplements, sports nutrition, personal care products, essential oils, and non-GMO foods, all at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, certified organic, and gluten-free products. In the last 50 years of doing business, one thing has never changed. Now's mission to provide value in products and services that empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information on their 50th anniversary celebration, visit nowfoods.com. Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigors Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
And health question of the day. Just be patient with me for a moment. I'll set this up. The exposed surface of your intestinal mucosa, the intestines, there's a lining, it's the mucosal lining. This is a very important concept. It's constantly under attack by ingested foreign antigens in microorganisms, products of food digestion, and drugs for that matter. It's therefore not all that surprising to learn that the intestines contain the largest accumulation of these lymphoid tissues in the form of lymphoid aggregates that are found in what's called pyrus patches and the lamina propria. You're not going to remember any of that. I know that. My point is this, is that the intestines, with that mucosal lining, you hear this, and you heard my guest, Gina Moss, even mention that a large portion of the immune system is found in the intestinal part of the part of the gut, right? And I'm just trying to give you a sense that this is very complicated stuff. And keeping that gut, that's why keeping your gut healthy is at the same time keeping your immune system healthy. And if we had a diagram, I could show you the various parts of the intestine where you'll find the pyrus patches and it's called the GALT system, G-A-L-T, an acronym, which is gut associated. You're not going to remember that either, so that's okay. Here's the question. What percent of the immune system is found in the gut? 7%, 17%, or 70%? These are roughly 7%, 17%, or 70%. And this, that's why you often hear people say that digestive health is the foundation of overall health, because if your immune system goes south on you, you're now a sitting target to get sick, and in serious ways, not just with cold and flu, but cancer and other diseases. So that's why probiotics are so critical, because they help maintain balance in the immune system, in the gut. You don't want the immune system to underperform or overperform. What percent of the immune system is found in the gut? 7, 17, or 70%?
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-8255, or anywhere in the world at 813-636-8255.
So when do you take probiotics, Gina? What's your recommendation as a registered dietitian? Do you take them at midnight? Do you take them when the moon is full? What do you do? What do you do?
That's a great question, Dr. Garko. I can only speak for Renew Life and the way that we make our products, because we have they are encapsulated in what we call a delayed release capsule. What it does is, it's the capsule itself that's a little bit thicker, basically. It's a thicker veggie cap. And by the way, that's all our caps are. They're not sprayed with an enteric coating. That's actually an older technology. They are thicker. They help the good bacteria ride through the harsh stomach environment, which has acid and other things, and they go directly to the intestines, where they are then opened up, and they go to where they need to go, and the lactobacilli and the bacteria.
So do you take them? So you take them at dinner time? Do you take them?
No, actually, because of that, you can take Renew Life probiotics anytime, day or night, with or without food.
Can you take them? Can you take them with digestive enzymes, or is that not a good idea?
They won't be affected. They are separate animals, and so you can do that if you want. We don't recommend a large meal and then take them, but I take mine at night because that's the only time I can remember. My husband takes his in the morning. So any time, day or night, and because of that capsule, you will find it's fantastic.
I seem to sleep better if I take mine at night.
Renew Life.
Gary said that he seems to sleep better when he takes his probiotics at night. Why would that be?
Well, that's an interesting. I believe, and I don't have any science to back it up, but I believe that because you're sleeping, you're resting, it's just you're calm, you're not eating anything. They go in. It takes about an hour for them to get to the target, which is your intestine. They open up, and everything's nice and calm when you're sleeping, and they just start doing their thing. They attach to that mucus lining that you were talking about,
right?
And they help protect the mucus lining and the gut from those large undigested particles of food. and bad bacteria that could leak through the gut wall.
What percent? Okay, what percent of the immune system is found in the gut? It's particularly the intestinal tract. 7%, 17, or 70%. Let me just give you the hint. The immune system, the gut is a favorite place for the immune system. Here's the number.
877-897-8255 or anywhere in the world at 813-636-8255.
Speed dial it, and as we're going off the air, we'll still take your call, and even if we're off the air and you called, you got the right answer, we'll still give you the $25.
Anywhere in the country, we'll take a call.
We'll take it, and we'll still give you credit. By the way, that GALT means gut-associated lymphoid tissue. GALT, the GALT system. I can't tell you and emphasize enough how important the mucosal lining is. You have it in your mouth. You have it in your intestinal tract. When that's under attack and you got issues with that, all kinds of things get put into play. Not good. Let's go to Tampa. Mike, what's the answer?
70%.
Congratulations, man. You want a $25. Boy, that's the way to do it. You want a $25 supplement gift card. Happy New Year, Michael.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor. I hope you have a very good one, much better than 2017.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate that. Gina, thank you so much for being on. We're out of time. Boy, it goes fast. Renew Life, renewlife.com. They're probiotics. They made a great reputation with those products, as well as their fiber supplements and their cleansing products. Yeah, that's what they do. Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.